What do you expect to find if you set out to sail on your boat with your other half? A romantic evening? Beautiful memories? Some peace? Well, this family had one such evening where they got to experience feelings from fascination to panic to relief, all in a very short span of time. Dee and Robert Gessie are residents of Beaufort County, South Carolina, where they live with their family. One evening, they decided to spend a quiet evening on their boat on the Harbor River. However, they had no idea that their evening was going to be anything but quiet. While cruising, they spotted something strange above the waterline that changed their whole evening. While they were cruising near the McTier Bridge, the connecting link between Lays Island and Beaufort, they noticed something strange in the scenery. It appeared like an octopus climbing up the bridge. The sight was obviously unusual, and the couple thought that they were witnessing something spectacular, and it intrigued their interest. But they had to decide whether to get closer or run for life. The couple decided to steer closer to the bridge to get a better look at what was going on. But as soon as they moved to a closer distance, their astonishment turned into instant panic. The orange-colored and weirdly shaped creature that they thought was octopus was in reality not an octopus at all. Instead, it was something that made their hearts sink. The creature was actually a small, possibly only a month-old kitten. What was more distressing, though, was the fact that the kitten wasn't playing, but was hanging on for its life to the oyster pilings attached at the bottom of the bridge. And it seemed as if the kitten was losing its grip and could fall off into the water at any given moment. The couple's very first instinct on getting hit with the truth was to help the poor kitten somehow. They knew they had very little time to save the kitten and had to act very quickly to prevent any mishap. On being interviewed by the local magazine, Beaufort Gazette, later on, all Robert could say was this: "We were in disbelief." They were not even sure if they would be able to do something before it was too late. Dee decided to film their family's rescue attempt, and she captured the whole event in her camera. Also, if you've not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these animal stories every day. Now, back to the story. The film shows how the Gessies kept trying to get closer to the oyster piling while they were constantly being pushed away by the strong current in the opposite direction, the kitten's visible distress, and the family's wholehearted efforts to save the kitten. But they needed to get real close to the piling to do anything. Since the kitten was in obvious distress and looked terrified, Dee tried to comfort her with words, but it did not seem to help at all. Luckily, soon enough the family could get their boat closer, and they noticed that the kitten was shivering with fear and had also injured itself. But as it turns out, they still weren't close enough to reach it. After a long fight with the strong tide, the Gessie family finally got their boat within reaching distance to the oyster piling that the kitten was hanging onto. Without wasting even a second, they pulled the kitten from the oyster pilings and placed her in the safety of their boat. The kitten, however, was still visibly shaken up. Moreover, the kitten seemed to be dehydrated, so the family agreed that it wouldn't be right to leave it on its own. They took the kitten home instead. On reaching home, they cleaned up and dried the kitten, then provided it with water and food. With Gessie family's intensive care, the kitten healed quickly. Dee later revealed the whole story. Dee shared the footage captured by her on her Facebook page. She posted the video with the caption, "We rescued a tiny kitten today that appears to have been thrown off the bridge. He couldn't be much more than 4 or 5 weeks. He was very lucky and only appears to have minor scrapes from the oysters. His name is McTier." Dee's video post went viral in no time and received over 150,000 views in a very short span. Many people also commented their concern and offered to adopt McTier. However, McTier was now a part of the Gessie family. So Robert replied to the comments as, "Thank you for all the wonderful comments. McTier is doing fantastic. He's healthy, full of energy, and already spoiled rotten." On being asked about his views on the incident, Robert told the reporters from the Beaufort Gazette that he wasn't sure how the kitten got there. He was skeptical about 2 possibilities. Either someone had tried to throw McTier off the bridge, or he could have slipped on his own. He said it was very odd circumstances as to where we found him. The Gessie family was adamant to make sure that McTeer was doing well, and soon as he got some energy, they took him to the Port Royal Veterinary Hospital for a health checkup. The on-duty vet, McKay Campbell, told the family and the reporters McTeer was indeed in a remarkably good shape considering everything. But where did he go after the treatment? McTeer now lives a happy life full of love, doting, cuddles, and lots of nap time. And the Gessie family has been deemed heroes by the internet. But despite everything, the Gessie family says that they are just a simple family and no heroes, as they did what anyone else who would have seen the kitten in that situation would have done. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with your friends and family. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.